Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. I got a bunch of DC updates for you this Monday. But before we get into that, I have to thank my newest member of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you so much to Nathaniel Gutelman. And I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me that's not how you say it. But in any case, thank you so much for joining the Ping Pong Flix Show as a member. Like I said, once we get to 100 members, we will definitely have a random drawing for that. And also thank you to the subscribers for tuning in daily for DC content. The 15,000 subscriber prize drawing will be ending on this weekend. So please, if you go to the video from before this, the thumbnail is called All in Due Time with, Harley and Joker and like Green Lantern ring in the middle. That video, go to that video. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, and in the comments below, put down your Instagram or Twitter handle and indicate whether it's Instagram or Twitter to be eligible for that giveaway. So, let me know in that video that was before this one. All right, let's get with the news. The first topic of the day is there is a new episode for DC Universe Online. Does anybody play that anymore? I play it from here and there. I do have a few characters on there, especially on the PS4. I started up on the PC. It is a fun MMORPG from a while back. It's not too fun now, but it's got a lot of cool DC Universe stuff in there if you're really interested in being involved in that, creating your own DC hero and a type of hero. It's not as customizable as like Champions Online or even City of Heroes back then, but it's still pretty fun if you want to check that out. But this is coming from Superhero Hype by Mandatory. It says here, DC Universe Online may be 10 years old, but it sure doesn't look it. The game launched by Dimensional Ink Games keeps evolving and adding new episodes to its already vast collection. Starting November, fans will get the chance to get their hands on Long Live the Legion, the latest event and episode in the popular free-to-play MMO. The upcoming episode will follow the Legion of Superheroes adventures in 31st century Metropolis. This is a picture. The storyline is based on the Legion of Superheroes story created by Otto Binder and Al Plastino. The main villain who will test the hearts of the young superheroes is Mordru, but the Legion will also clash with Mordru's henchmen. So, Superhero Hype is exclusively debuting a first look at the key art right here. It features Supergirl, Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Static, and Lightning Lad locking horns with a massive Validus. So in the future, the founding members of the Legion of Superheroes takes inspiration from our present-day heroes to form a new team and face their 31st century threats. Chief among those threats is their oldest and timeless foe, Mordru. Having so far failed to defeat this stellar team, Mordru concocts a new plan. Use his eldritch enhanced powers in the 31st century to destroy history's heroes. His logic? No past, no heroes, no inspiration, no Legion of Superheroes. And then it will debut on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch somewhere in November. So that's the little art right there. It's probably going to be the loading screen when this comes up. I'm just, really guessing. It's cool that it's got Static in there, because we got a new Static movies coming out. And that'll be kind of cool. So if you guys want to check it out, I probably will check it out. I may revive my Super Pong. That's right. I actually made a character called Super Pong, Pong, and he looks kind of like Superman. Okay, all right. But so I may revive that just to check it out and let you know my thoughts on that. But if anybody's interested, there's a new episode for DC Universe Online. All right, now let's get into the shows. This is on Twitter. This is coming from DC Verso. Apparently, there is a new glimpse of Starfire in Titans soon. DC Verso 1 put this out, translated for you. Oh, yes, director Boris, and I can't say that, Mojzovsky said that tomorrow we will have a new glimpse of Starfire, Anna Diop in DC Titans. This is actually probably, by the time you watch this, is going to be today. So a person named George Dowd says, when will I get to see Queen Corey? And Boris says tomorrow, which is today. So we'll probably have a new look at Starfire. Now, I don't know if she's going to change her hair back or in any case. The season 1, she had the curls. Season 2, it's straight hair. Either way, she looks fantastic. I want to see what her updated look is. She going to have any more to her suit, any headgear? What's going to happen? What's she going to look like? And I'm looking forward to what they all look like in Titans. We've seen Red Hood, but we're pretty sure we've seen Nightwing. But I think all of them are going to get a revamped outfit into some sort of fashion, and I'm ready to look at what those things are. We need a little bit more DC show nuggets, if you know what I mean. So that is it for shows. The next topic of the day is Wonder Woman 1984 release debate. Yeah, we've talked about Wonder Woman 1984 at length. We've talked a lot about it. I know we are discussing whether it's going to still come out on Christmas Day or not. I mean, there's even articles like this, which is a very speculative discussion about its release date from Deadline Hollywood. This is not official news whatsoever. This is just a editorial, if you will. And he said that the Wonder Woman 1984 exhibition awaiting another release date change. Shortened theatrical window, not in the cards. So now that's what it's, when you read the editorial, it's really an editorial. That's his opinion, and that's what he thinks. And he talks about, the election that's coming up as well, how that could affect it. And I would say, yeah, that could essentially happen. I think almost everybody would probably think it'd probably get delayed by now, delayed till next year. That's a real big possibility. But there is something that came out today, and this is coming from Brent A. Lang. Brent A. Lang is the executive editor in film and media of Variety, right? So it's a trade, but Discussing Film put this together nicely with the picture. AMC CEO says they have significant conversations with Warner Brothers about an early VOD, video on demand deal to release movies on demand within weeks of their theatrical debuts. They currently have a similar 17-day early VOD deal with Universal Pictures. So if this case is true and Warner Brothers signs that same deal that Universal Pictures has, that means if Wonder Woman 1984 releases in theaters on December 25th of this year, 17 days later, we'll get it on video on demand. So you don't have to, if you don't want to risk yourself going to theaters during December 25th, then 17 days later, within probably like mid-January, you'll be able to check out Wonder Woman 1984 on video on demand. I don't know if that's going to be HBO Max with a premium subscription or something like that, or an actual, you get to buy it like $19.99, something like Birds of Prey is what I'm really thinking there. That could possibly happen. Now, they were discussing whether to release it at the same time. No, I got to be honest, this is probably better for the exhibitors. I think the exhibitors would be happier with this type of release rather than kind of sharing the same release day with video on demand. I think they would want people back in their seats. And so if this is a slow way in order to get, people filling up theaters again, but at the same time making the most out of your box office or out of your release, out of the movie that you want to release on either theatrical and video on demand, maybe this 17-day early VOD deal that they have already signed with Universal Pictures will translate to Warner Brothers as well. And maybe Warner Brothers will do the same thing with Wonder Woman 1984. So, well, we still got a little bit yet to find out. I think by December, we'll find out if they're still going to continue with that December 25th release date, or are they going to extend it to next year, or are they going to do the 17-day early VOD deal? What is my opinion? I want that 70-day early VOD deal. I'm pretty happy to safely, and because the theaters are not open anyway, watch this at home. So let me know your thoughts about which do you prefer. All right, now on to a movie that is currently in production, and thankfully looks like it's still going to be in production. Despite the United Kingdom's announced second lockdown, the Batman will continue filming. This is coming from, Geek Vibes Nation. There was a small article in the IGN, but pretty much this is your basics of it that I'll tell you. The Batman will continue shooting in the UK despite the pending lockdown. There's a lot of countries going into a second lockdown, especially in the Europe. But thankfully, with heavy restrictions, I would guess the Batman will still continue to film in the UK. And I think a lot of people will be happy. Not only that, but The Witcher and all other projects that are happening over in the UK. We're probably going to get another second lockdown. I don't know, I think, or the third lockdown in America, wherever your state's at. But at least knowing that even though the release dates for a lot of these movies are pushed back, they are going to continue to produce it. That hasn't stopped, right? Even though the release date's pushed back, they will continue to film it. They will continue to produce it back all the way into post-production and get that film ready so that they can get to a release date. So don't worry about anything canceling in terms of that. So, but because we want to talk, I'm talking about the Batman a little bit. Late last night, Jason Kilar put out an interesting tweet on Twitter. And I'm like, yeah, this is interesting. Did the WarnerMedia just tease Ben Affleck's Batman? This is what he tweeted. He said, the at DC Batman fans on Twitter, myself included, are likely to enjoy this backdrop. And if you look at this backdrop, it has WarnerMedia over it. It's definitely Gotham. You see Ace Chemicals. You see this bat symbol here. You know what this bat symbol, which Batman this is? That's Ben Affleck's Batman. That's Ben Affleck's Batflick symbol. Are you trying to tease something here? Now, to be to be a little bit more clear, this picture is from the Turkish Airlines advertisement for Batman v Superman, where they have Bruce Wayne talking about traveling to Gotham City, for all places. I'd rather go to Metropolis, but Gotham City, and they have one of this shot right here in color. Of course, this is in black and white, and he stuck the WarnerMedia on top of it. Is this kind of like a promotion for Batman v Superman, or are you trying to say that this is maybe even teasing that we could possibly get a Ben Affleck Batman movie or series on HBO Max? Is this in a way a tinfoil, if you will, if we're going to actually get that? And I'm pretty excited. I think I'm crossing every finger and toe so that we could get that Ben Affleck HBO Max series or movie. And I don't know if this is a tease or it's just a promotion for the upcoming Justice League or whatnot, but I am pretty excited that Jason Kilar, man, the CEO of WarnerMedia, is teasing stuff like that. He's putting this stuff out. He knows this gets us riled up. He gets us excited, and he's kind of like plugging little things, kind of like Zack Snyder style, if you will. And I think that's pretty awesome. That's an awesome CEO. That's what the kind of CEO we need. We need them to interact with the fans, to, essentially we want them to give the fans what they want, but at the same time, promoted to the fans in such a fashion, in teasing such a fashion, in just interacting with, engaging with us, and just showing that they care about what the fans think. So that's awesome. I hope that means we're gonna get Ben Affleck's Batman in his own series or movie on HBO Max, and I'm really ready for it. So, but if it's not, if it's just teasing Zack Snyder's Justice League, there is a little bit of Zack Snyder's Justice League today. No, Zack Snyder did not put out anything more today. I mean, he did some, a few pictures here and there, but it was nothing like behind the scenes that we possibly could get. And people have been teasing about November 17th that we could get something. I don't know. That'd be pretty awesome. But until then, we have that one trailer that we could watch over and over, the Hallelujah trailer, right? Well, Zack Snyder's Justice League Hallelujah trailers seem to have been removed from all social media and YouTube. Yeah, what is going on? So apparently, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, wherever this thing was at, it has been removed, and it got people freaking out this morning. People were going nuts. But Grace Randolph looked into it. I think Sean O'Connell looked into it. Whatever. A lot of people are looking into it. A lot of people are saying, "Calm down. There's nothing going on. Whatever." Blah blah blah. And honestly, I don't think there's anything to it, right? Because some people have reached out to HBO Max help, and this was the response. It says, "Thanks for your interest. The Snyder Cut of Justice League will still be available in 2021. At this time, no additional details are available. No worry." So he's just kind of saying, "No worry. This doesn't mean we're canceling the movie. There's something wrong with the trailer. And for whatever reason, we brought it down and to do something with it. So don't freak out, right? Don't freak out. But it helps a little bit to understanding why this happened, right? So Aaron Couch, who is the editor from, I think he was from the Hollywood Reporter, he said this: HBO Max has removed August's trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League over music rights issues, but it will likely go back on YouTube once the issue is resolved. And I think I could totally understand this, because when the Hallelujah trailer went out, everybody did a reaction, including myself, and it was like copyright to up to the yin yang, right? Because it had that Leonard Cohen Hallelujah, and maybe they didn't have all the rights and everything to put that on, but it did anyway. And I think there was some issues with that. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to change the song, or are they going to update the trailer. As of right now, I haven't seen the newest trailer. It didn't go back up yet, but they'll probably work on that. But in any case, it really means, like, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with Zack Snyder's Justice League. It hasn't been canceled. They're not going to throw away $70 million on that thing and in order to cancel it and do all this. Don't worry. Zack Snyder's Justice League is still coming out, but there are some issues with the music, and that makes sense, because I think a lot of people who did trailer reactions back then had the same problem that I did. So it's a thing. So don't worry about that. It's still happening. Don't worry. We're getting Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I'm hearing November 17th could be pretty damn cool. That's what I'm hearing. But other people are excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League within the cast, and one of them is Ray Porter. Ray Porter says he hopes that Darkseid returns for future, well, I'm saying future seasons. He didn't really say that, but he does say that he's pretty excited for it. Ray Porter, this is on Total Film. He said this, he told this to Geek House Show when someone asked him about whether he would return as Darkseid. He said, I would like that. I would love to see that. And obviously, I would hope that whoever does that will have me along for the ride. Yeah, I would love to see a continuation of it. And honestly, I personally would love to see a continuation of Zack's story. So yes, I really hope so. That would be great. I've not heard anything about it, but hope. And we hope as well. We hope as well. Every day we hope as well. And honestly, I hope that you can get another gig as Darkseid past Zack Snyder's story. I don't know if Ava DuVernay, if her new gods is still working, I don't know if she's going to pick you up. But at least have a look. At least check you out first, right? Before deciding on your own. Just to give you a fair shake at least. And and it's her vision, so it may not mold together well, but that's fine. At least you gave a shot. But if Zack Snyder's Justice League story would to continue, yes, we'll definitely get more Darkseid story, more Darkseid, more Ray Porter, and that is something I'm really excited for, and I cross my fingers all the time. Hopefully it happens. I think it will happen, but you never know. It's always good to be hopeful and believe in this kind of stuff. All right, so another Zack Snyder's Justice League thing. There is Ray Fisher, and he's going on his own little thing with Warner Brothers execs at the moment, but he did share this cool little nugget for Zack Snyder's Justice League in terms of the theatrical cut of Justice League.
Some things are like similar, like with the reshoots, as what we did for the original, and it's hard to tell with certain shots of other people for scenes that I wasn't there for. But what I can tell you from my character and what you saw in the theatrical version, that every single scene, with the exception of the Gotham City police rooftop scene with Commissioner Gordon and Batman and Flash and all that, every single scene that I'm in was reshot. Oh. I reshot almost the entire film on my end. As far as other people's stuff, like where I wasn't there, I can't really tell you.
So in that video from Snyder specifically, which is he got it from Speedy Comics Con, it says breaking: Ray Fisher confirms that every single Cyborg scene in the theatrical cut of Justice League 2017 is a Joss Whedon reshoot, except for his 30-second rooftop appearance. That's it. That's all we saw of his acting ability, his character, his arc, his story. Oh my God, that's crazy. Every single shot, except for 30 seconds out of a 2-hour movie, was reshot. That is amazing. We really have yet to see Cyborg's true arc and true story in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I can't wait to see it. What was needed to change that much? Seriously, that's crazy. That much has changed. I mean, it really, for people who kind of, it just takes me back to all these fan edits and stuff like that. If you were to make a fan edit that was true to saying these are the Snyder scenes, I think you pretty much cut out like 75 to 80% of the movie, right? There's nothing in there that really is anymore. And that is very upsetting. But at least we'll finally get to find out what those scenes are when Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out in 2021 on HBO Max. And there's going to be a lot of comparisons and things like that. I'm sure YouTube's going to be littered with those type of videos for sure. So speaking about Ray Fisher, there was that whole situation with the Forbes article that I talked about, the Forbes interview, and it got Sheraz Farooqi, the contributor, fired from Forbes, which is very sad. I mean, it's very upsetting as well. He was only doing his job. He was pretty much just, in a way, just transcribing. He just put out interview words, direct quotes from Ray Fisher himself, and they literally just shot the messenger, right? They shot the messenger. They took out the journalist instead of, going after Ray Fisher. And they don't want to go after Ray Fisher because he has a lot of information that he's ready to bring to court. I almost wish they just take him to court already. What's taking you so long? Go and take Ray Fisher to court so everything will be all laid out. But maybe they're hiding something themselves. But in any case, Sheraz Farooqi had something to say a little bit. He put this little out after the whole hashtag justice for Sheraz, as everybody is in an uproar that this writer was taken out of Forbes, right? So he put this out. I like to wholeheartedly thank everyone for their kind support. You uplifted me and defended my integrity. It meant the world to me. While Forbes has ended my contract, I stand behind the interview. And my goal is to continue to strive for strong reporting as a young journalist. And I really respect that guy. I know him very well. He's an incredible journalist. He's an awesome writer. And specifically for this interview, he did absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. There was all the lines are in there. He reached out for the different parties for comments. Forbes, editor looked at it. They approved it. Everything was good to go. He was not at fault whatsoever. But Ray Fisher did put this out. Any publication will be beyond lucky to have Sheraz Farooqi on their staff. When I start talking Justice League specifics, he will be the first and probably only person I call. One of these other trades better pick him up ASAP. Trust me, A over E. Accountability over entertainment. So if anybody wants to get that Justice League exclusives from Ray Fisher, you better hire Sheraz because he's probably only going to want to talk to that guy. So this situation and everything is still developing, and I'll cover them as soon as they come in. All right, we come to the part of the show where I look over the channel comments to see if there are any member questions. Like you said, if you want your question as a member, put it out on the comments and I will read it and answer it on this show. So just checking here, I don't see much questions at all, but it does say, yeah, thank you so much for sending me your love about the 15K subs. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's see if I can get to, and yes, there is a Batman Funko or ping pong shirt that for the lucky winner. Green Lantern, Lego Dinosaur. Green Lantern is looking more like anthology series. Kind of. I mean, I think it's still going to be a single story, but I think there's just going to be a lot of these side character stories that pepper in on this overall main story. That's why I brought up Doom Patrol, because there is an overlying story to that, and there's all these other all the characters have their own little story that they go through, but there is one overarching story. Looking forward to another editorial. Thank you so much. John Stokes, congratulations, Chris, 15,000 subscribers. Fantastic stuff and well-deserved, might I add, as your show is packed full of interesting breaking information. And the presentation format of your show is dead on the money, brother. I love how Zack threads his films perfect together, and the world he builds, how at the end of Man of Steel is the start of BVS, and how Zack Snyder's Justice League will continue this process. I can't wait to see at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League of how that will end to tie into the opening of Zack Snyder's Justice League Season 2 with your famous tinfoil hat, Chris. How do you think this will play out? That's a very good question. I would say if, you know, I don't know if this is going to happen. I'm just guessing, right? You said to put a tinfoil hat, so I'm just going to do exactly that. But I'm thinking the ending of Zack Snyder's Justice League Season 1, it's going to be a cliffhanger. I think it's going to be where it says 5 years later, and you see the nightmare vision, and they're surviving the nightmare vision, and you're left wondering what happened between the happy ending of Justice League 1 and that 5 years later scene. And then it'll end just like that when they're, you know, Batman and the rest are, I don't know what they're going to do, but it's a nightmare vision, and the viewers are left wondering what happened. So I'm thinking it will lead into Justice League Season 2, how kind of like Lost, where you see something from the future and you're going back in the past or present time to find out how did it get to that point. So I think that will be an awesome cliffhanger. I don't know if that's how it's going to play out, but I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like that. Also Chris, because Zack has told us the end of Justice League is going to be the League facing off with Darkseid, but definitely knowing that Zack is going to put a spin on everything, we know we can expect him with sharing a lot over the years. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to what could that be. The ending of Justice League Season 1 will be a great indicator. Krypton Cage, congratulations on 15K, Chris. Thank you so much, Krypton Cage. By the way, he has a channel too, so if you want to check him out, he's got a new channel, and he's talking about Justice League stuff as well. He's got some cool videos on there. So I want to end with this. Thank you so much to Mighty Pegasus. Mighty Pegasus, he sent me this design. Thank you so much. He drew this out, and it was a donation charity, but nobody bought into it, so that's fine. That's okay. I'm cool with that. But he, you know, thankfully he actually sent it to me, and I'm definitely going to frame this somewhere. So thank you so much. Victor Koo, Mighty Pegasus. You know who Mighty Pegasus is? You don't know who Mighty Pegasus is? This is the dude that either got to or will get to go on Zack Snyder's Justice League sets on the additional photography. Lucky guy. And if he went already, I hope he had a great time. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you absolutely love this daily dose of DC content in movies, shows, and video games, please click the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Keep this hot dog light on. Buy a t-shirt from Teespring down below, and I'll see you next time.